Hello and welcome, thank you for watching. This is my first gameplay video. It's going to be, as you can probably guess from the screen now, Europa Universalis 4. I am going to play a nation I've never played before and I haven't particularly prepared for. I normally play European nations. I've dabbled a little bit in the Native American ones when the Conquest of Paradise expansion came out, and I did have a fairly lengthy game as Russia, which, Muscovy going into Russia, which kind of fell apart when a patch upped the rebellion levels, and basically my new conquests were all torn apart by unrest. So, if you are looking for some advice, for some hints and some tips to bring your game up to the next level, if you are looking to become a better player, then I strongly recommend you go and watch Arumba's feed instead, because he is far better than I am. I am distinctly average, probably at the lower end of average. If you don't mind watching somebody be average, then please by all means stick around. And I hope I'll enjoy this, and I do intend to keep this going far as possible. Part of that depends on, of course, the reception that it gets, and whether or not anybody actually does turn up to watch the damn thing. We'll have to find out, won't we? So, the nation that I have decided to go for is the nation that my wife actually belongs to, or comes from originally, and it is Korea. I love the history, I know a bit about it, I've been there several times. Lovely place, to the south that is, obviously, not to the north, or I probably wouldn't have got back out again. I did briefly have a go before, but it didn't really work because... where's my save game's gone, actually. It didn't work because my initial attempt at recording, which was only half an hour, the screen was completely blank because I hadn't set up my software properly. As I said, I've never done this before, so I am learning as I go along. So, in terms of achievements, are there any achievements that I can go for which would be relevant to Korea? I don't think there are any Korean ones specifically. I've got options of the standard ones, Army, Navy, that kind of thing. Unite Japan, well, I'll stop that happening if at all possible. There's nothing really that's relevant to me, is there, looking through here? Doesn't seem to be, which is unfortunate. I could go for... God, there must be something here. Let's keep having a look. No, nothing exciting for Korea. Rather neglected. I did notice in my previous attempt they don't even have Eastern portraits for the advisors, so I suppose there's not much chance of anything else at the moment. Perhaps they'll get an expansion in the future which concentrates them on a little. No, nothing at all. Nothing at all, not a thing, no. Well, okay, so forget the achievements then, that's not going to go for it. So, as Korea, what are my options, what are my priorities? Well, clearly keeping Ming on side is a huge priority. They are massive and they could eat me in a second. Expanding north seems like quite a good idea. I wouldn't mind colonising perhaps up along this coastline a bit. Japan, maybe colonising down here also. I do like colonisation. Could I go for Australia? I could try. Colonisation is probably not a natural effort, it's a longer term goal. I wouldn't mind seeing if I could go for the east coast or west coast of the US. Well, it will not be the US, it'll be United Nations and Korea or something. And I do want to keep a lid on Japan. Historically, Korea were a vassal of Ming at a time, not this time, but in a later period in the history, and later, towards the end of this period, or possibly outside of the period of history covered by EU4, were conquered by Japan, and of course were only released by the United States at the end of World War II. Still a bit of bitterness actually between the two. Koreans and Japanese often don't get along. A bit like England and France, so I know all about that. So, let's get started then. I guess we are going to go with it's in Iron Man, it's in It is career selected. I should go a little bit over their ideas. I have to apologise for my pronunciations. I'm going to have to run these past my wife. I do know a few Korean words, so some of my pronunciation should be right. By no means all of them will be. So their ideas. They start with reduced build cost and increased domestic trade power, both nice. Hangul alphabet. The Korean language is so fundamentally different from Chinese that the use of Chinese characters renders all but the most highly educated illiterate. Our new alphabet will allow all our people to be able to read and write. Technology costs minus 5%. Hangul is actually fairly unique. It's the only widely used modern alphabet where the creation of it can be traced back to a single individual. And unlike things like English, it's a very sensible language in that a letter always makes the same sound regardless of where it is. There's no, for example, sticking an E on the end of a word and changing therefore the pronunciation of A earlier in the word from a hard sound to a soft sound, which apparently confuses a lot of people trying to learn English. Korean language is a lot more logical than that, which is quite good, and so I can guess why they've turned it into a technology cost reduction. Ground code for state administration, which gives improved stability costs. The Hangyak system, probably saying that wrong, the system of self-government for villagers, giving production efficiency, which will be nice. The Geoboxon, the turtle ships, these were quite impressive. I've seen some models of them. I don't think there are any surviving ones because they were wooden and they're quite ancient. But there's a few modern knock-ups that they've made. Basically fairly bog standard ships, except with the innovation of covering the entire top of it with a dome of hexagonal spiked wooden panels covered with wet leather to prevent fire arrows affecting them. And they did have a major standoff against a much larger Japanese fleet which they sunk and drove off, one of their greatest military victories. So just plus 5% durability seems a little light for that. It'd be nice if they had some unique models and things, but never mind. The Hopai system for identity tag for all individuals, for manpower modifier, nice. The Kwuljanak, again, sorry for the pronunciation, any Korean people listening. Huge royal library to act as a repository for knowledge. Idea cost reduced, nice, although by that point, see, leaving it so late in the chain seems a bit pointless, because by that point you burn through quite a few ideas to get there, but still there's plenty more I suppose in the late game. And economic reform, we need a comprehensive reform of the tax system and an opening up of positions to talent so that even the sons of concubines may rise up through the ranks. These reforms will bring in more money for the state tax modifier. And finally, if you do all of these, infantry combat ability. Seems a bit generic, but never mind, let's not complain about that. So, we're going to be Korea, we're going to see what we can do, our long-term ambitions to secure ourselves against Ming and against Japan. Opportunity arises, we will take Japan or at least vassalize it or take some of the outlying islands. Would like to increase up the coast, and although trying to befriend Ming, I will keep an eye on opportunities to take the inland sea and see what we can get there. And let's start. We will go for it. Well, it doesn't seem to be a file there, does there? So, go. Okay, just go for it, thank you. Do it. So, as I said, I did have half an hour's go at this before I realised that the video wasn't encoding, so I know a little bit of the starting situation, which will help speed things up here. What have we got? Got forts here, here, and here. That one can stay. I'd rather like to have one there as well if possible, but I haven't got the cash to build it right now. Immediate problems. Cash flow, I believe, is, pretty dire, pretty terrible. You can knock down some army maintenance, which will help. And I think we're also going to mothball a couple of forts, because I'm not in any immediate danger, I hope. That one I might leave, just because of these gits up here, because that's going to help prevent it is a peninsula, and that will help control any advance further into the country. So that's going to stay for the time being, if we can afford it. Where does that leave our cash? Bit better. Not brilliant, but a bit better. Look at the ships now. The galleys are no use for protecting trade, so I am going to take the chance to mothball them. I think I'm going to split them off first, so let's split off the galleys into... Yeah, split off the galleys into their own and mothball that. Split off the transports, mothball that. The light ships need to go protect trade. I desperately need more than 2, but we'll make do with what we've got for now. Options will increase our trade value from 0.06 to 0.25, pretty terrible. From 1.51 to 1.57, even worse. I'm not very good at maths, that's probably going to become quite obvious as this goes on. Current trade power, nice fat one there, not as good as Nippon, but still quite nice. This will increase from 0.36 to 0.82, so about a 0.45 improvement there, which looks like that's about the best. So yeah, go there for now. What's our... So you've got another room for another 4 ships. I think we'll make building some trade ships a priority there. Also got room for another 4 soldiers, which we probably need, but compared to the armies of some of the people around us, it's not going to make a massive difference. Okay, so our ruler is a demigod. He's absolutely stupendous. He's 47 years old. I kind of hoped he'd be younger than that. Hope he lives a good long while. Definitely not going to make him into a general. Don't want him dying anytime soon. The heir is a moron. Presumably the king married his sister. I don't know, there must be some explanation for this. But I know what we're going to do with him. We are going to immediately turn him into a general. Yep, to try to get him killed off, and he is about as good as we'd expect. Annoyingly, I did that in the first half hour, and he was 4 shock, which actually had found a use for him. This time around, he's every bit as crap as his... ruler stats suggest. Let's hope he dies soon and we can get a replacement. Okay, I don't think we're going to be going for any advisors just yet. Our income's not really there. Our monthly income for points is fantastic, mainly due to our godlike king. We don't have any country modifiers. Diplomacy, in terms of rivals, well, definitely Hyangzhou, because I noticed from before that they don't like us. They're a Khanate, the nomads, so therefore they've got a tribal conquest on our lands. No point trying to make peace with them because they've already settled as hostile. They want us, they want our lands. We will settle them as a rival. Yes. Now, do I want to rival Japan, which is my only other option at present? Possibly. You see, they're minus 20 already, but they quite like me for now. However, I really would like to get into their lands and start conquering them, but I'm not in a position to do that just yet. I think these are my natural rivals to start off with, and there's a chunk of lands I could take here. They're not too big. Who are these people? Could I make friends with you? No, maybe not. You're not too keen. You're a shamanist. You're also a Khanate. You are nomads. You don't like us because of our different religion. But you're also rivaled with them. I'm going to make you a country of interest just to see if I can... No, you're not going to let me be you're not going to be a country of interest. I can't do that then, can I not? Oh, there we go. Country of special interest, because if you kick off with them I want to see. You, I'm guessing, should already... Yes, you are. Country of special interest. Good. And you are not... You like us. Why do you like us so much? You're also Confucian, same as us. Right, now I think you're likely to be a future rival, but for now, considering you have rivaled and been rivaled by Hyangzhou, I think you are going to be our buddies. So, relations, improve relation with them. I've got 2 people free, you can be the first one, off you go. Now this lot, are these more nomads? Again, not likely to be friends. But then, if they start fighting, risk that I get dragged into it, but they could be useful in conquering these people. I just hope that they're going to be busy with Mongolia. They're not enemies. No, they haven't rivaled Mongolia, unfortunately. Vassal of Oryat, that's probably why. And Oryat's all the way over there. Now Ming won't like Oryat. So Ming, you have got... Oh, you're Confucian too. That's handy. I definitely want to be friends with you. What else can we do? We can do a royal marriage. Can we go on alliance? Not straight away. not quite. We will, but not quite. So then the question, do I want to improve relations first and then use royal marriage later to get that last bit which is difficult to get? Because obviously improving relations slows down the higher your relationship gets with somebody. I think we'll go improve relations first. I mean, I could try to go royal marriage first for the quick boost, but I think I'd rather do that later. So, improve relations first. Let's see if they offer us. They might offer us the royal marriage yet. Already +4. Look at that, we barely started. Now, we could have a general, but I'm not intending to go to war just yet, and we do have one in our air, so I think I'll save the points for that. 1 of 3 forts is active, that's fine. I know. Right, religion. Confucian doesn't look like it gets anything special. No special options, bonuses, modifiers, or mini-games there. Unfortunate, but never mind. It gives increased tolerance, which might prove handy as I start conquering. Don't know what else it gives, but we'll see. So, heretic religions. Does that include Hindu? And then the heathen beliefs, like those ridiculous monotheistic Abrahamic ones. I'm just role-playing there, although I do think they're fairly ridiculous. Right, missions. What mission are we going to take? Form an alliance with Ming. That's a very good idea. That's exactly what I want. We're going to make that one ours, because it's what we were going to do anyway. Ideas, it's going to be a while. Technology, I think, yeah, I'm getting bonuses from neighbours, so I think I certainly need to prioritise that. Do I need to look at development? Probably not. I think this needs to improve first, because this is all pretty poor. Chinese technology group, we will certainly try to westernise if the opportunity arises, but I don't see any way to make that happen quickly. Trade is the one part of the game I never quite understand. I see Arumba and such like, and people like players of his quality going through this thing and theorising and crunching the numbers and fully understanding exactly where to put their merchants and whether to draw from trade or forward trade, and where their trade fleets need to be. I'm not at that standard at all. It's probably the part of the game that I am weakest at. But we will have a go at this. So, where are my merchants currently? I've got one here in Girin, and they are transferring trade power. Our trade power is about 30, it's 11% of the power in the node, so it's probably quite a fat node then. It is quite a fat node. The Nippon one is better. What I really need... All of Japan is in the Nippon node. Well, that just gives me a reason to go and kick their backsides, doesn't it? If I could take all of that, I would be a wealthy nation, wouldn't I? I think Japan... I'm not... See, now suddenly this one's not quite so good. But then some of my country is in this. We're split 3 ways, which is not good, between the Beijing node, this Girin node, and the Nippon node. Beijing, well, obviously that's part of Ming. Long-term plan to take them on, if I do it at all. The Girin one is certainly an option. We could take a lot of this land up here and improve it. Greater Korea could do that. So the transferring trade power down to Nippon, how much am I getting out of this? 86. Now my fleet wasn't going to help it so much, was it? That's probably quite surprising. Maybe if I got more ships that would be more useful, and maybe once the Japanese ships are out of here, then having my ships there is going to be more of a bonus too. As that's an inland node, how is it that my ships can protect it at all? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Well, I suppose there's some sea routes there in order to get to it. And this one, we get zip out of it. It's obviously a big node, it's obviously a good one. Actually, it's not. Looking at that, just 6.2, really? With China there? But still. Or Ming, I should stop calling them China. They're not China yet. And if it's anything to do with me, they'll never get there. Okay, so, well, we'll leave that at that, I suppose. Not much we can do with those as yet. We've got our mission. Oh, we got a decision as well. Found the Hall of Worthies. Bring the brightest scholars in the nation together under one roof. One good thing about Confucianism is, unlike a lot of the Western religions, certainly unlike Christianity at this point in history, it supports learning rather than opposing it. Islam at this point in history, of course, as well, was also a very progressive religion in terms of science. It lost that somewhere along the line, but never mind. We must have a philosopher. We don't have any of those things. We don't have any advisors. Is that a bug? Or does it just mean we need to have one on tap? Because I've got no advisors at all here, so why is it telling me that I need one of those? And it's either a bug, as in it thinks I've got them because I haven't unpaused the game yet, or it's doing this because I've got them in the pool, as it were, to draw upon. But then I've never known anything work upon what's in the pool, what's in reserve. And I've definitely got the admin skills. I've got some cash and I've got some admin power. And what does it do? Yearly prestige plus, well, it's not great, is it? It's not much, but it's half a prestige a year. Would that be enough to arrest its decay? It would. That would take it from a slow decay to a rise. That's good. Then I think I want that. If it makes the default a slow trickle up rather than a slow trickle down, and I'm doing it right at the start of the game, so I've got nearly 400 years worth of it, I think we're going to do it. I've got the cash, and let's try. And I don't know if that's a bug or not, but if it is, I've just exploited it. There, now it's going up by a quarter point a year. Not a lot, but it's a damn sight better than going down by a quarter point a year. Right, it's time to finally unpause the game, I think. Do I want to build some more ships first? Where are you going exactly? You're going to protect trade in... I see, I'm surprised that doesn't cost. That's the only one where it pays its costs, isn't it? That, no, wouldn't quite pay its costs. That one wouldn't pay its costs. This one would just. Still, it's better to have them there than sat in port doing nothing. Yep, we'll see. We'll get some more ships built. In fact, we're going to make that a priority straight away. Get some more barks. How much are they? They're 20. Let's build 2 there. When they're ready, they're ready. In the meantime, let's pick up the speed a bit. Let's go here. Oh, gift to the state. Well, that was quick. Good governance would sometimes prompt the nobility and the businessmen of the realm to donate cash to the treasury out of pure patriotism or in exchange for the sales or transfer of honorary titles and positions. Put it in the treasury or spend it generously. Well, I need the cash, but prestige would be nice because I don't see many other ways of getting it immediately, so let's get the prestige. What? Oh, is that pushed by decay up? Really? That's no good, is it? Well, never mind. Probably a bit of a waste then. But it improves my trade power, improves my morale, yeah, loads of stuff, so maybe it's worth it. And we might have some opportunities. I did set my rivals, didn't I? Certainly, nope, my country please. Certainly did. Okay, so there. And once I've got this done, I really want to start making some claims. Do I need claims on? Yeah, it would be nice to, even without diplomats, to click this and just see where it stands, even if you can't actually go ahead with it. I don't think it should fade it out at this point. It should fade it out once you've opened that screen, so you can't at the moment because you don't have a diplomat. So at least then you'd be able to check your casus belli and so forth. I'm probably saying that wrong as well. I never did Latin at school. Alliance, yeah, close this down a bit. What are you doing now? You're improving... Oh, somebody else is improving their opinion of you. You're allied with Korchin already, are you? And you're a royal marriage with Korchin. Who's Korchin? Oh, you. Right. So they've got tribal conquest. You don't really want them as neighbours, but they're a very useful buffer, I think. Well, not buffer, but very useful to keep on the other side of these guys. To give them perhaps reason to think twice before invading if they're going to come in pincer movement. Wow, we're improving that quickly. Enemy of enemy, I see, that helps. Improved relations. It's ticking up quick, though. That's nice. It's all good. Likewise, improved relations, 48. Still neutral. Oh, well, that's not good. I need them to be better than neutral. But it's ticking up quick. Is there something in my bonuses, my country bonuses about that? No, not at the moment. No, no, nothing. Is it because of my nation's leader? No, that doesn't have an effect, does it? Silly man. We've already got some. Protect trade. Well, you just tell them go here, and go here. And then we'll combine them so you can go and find the others. Combine. Let's go and protect trade. Yeah, again, there's not much there. That would take it up by another 4 points, 4.5 points, not bad. That would take it up a smidgen. Well, say 0.4, 0.45, not 4 points. That would take it up 1.5. Well, I guess still that's the best one, isn't it? Which also suggests that this is the way I want to go in terms of kicking backside and taking names. See if I can get my alliance with Ming, and then we'll start forging some claims along here. Now if I take this, the problem is they then will no longer be allies because, or will be less allied because they will have the claim on me. Why does it always claim on me? I don't know. Yeah, my jokes don't get any better than that. I could try stretching up the coast instead. If I went for that and that. No, well, if I went for that and that and that. But it would be a bit stretched out. It would take a long time to get troops there if anybody wanted to invade from here. It's more in my instinct to be able to take a little group here. And if I leave them, Ming might take them, they might take them. I think this makes more sense, but I'd like a couple of coastal ones as well. Well, we'll see. What's Ming thinking of me now? 82. Still not that... It helps if I unpause it. My ships combined yet? Not yet, but they will. I should look at what I'm... Got some more cash. Let's do some more ships. Need more ships. Need more money. So... Need more money, and ships make money, so that's what we're building. There we go, now they've combined. So, still not much happening, is there? No, but, oh wow, you're already cracking on quite well with you. They now see me as friendly, that's good. But since they're now at war... Who's in this war? Attacker against Yeren in the Haraxi conquest of Yeren. Ah, you're going up that way, are you? To be my friends before I try anything else. They're still just... Would I get a royal marriage out of them? I certainly would. Would I be able to get a... Heavy storms have hit some of our porcelain factories. It will take years until they have been restored to full productivity. Oh, good. Yeah, bull. Ah, that is bull. So, where's the alliance? They're going to do an alliance. Neutral attitude. My army strength and navy strength are not good enough. I need to boost up. Am I peaked? I have peaked. Then it's probably a good idea to create some armies then. I can. How many have I got? 9-3. What's the balance allowed? 50%, so it's the same as Europe. So maybe make 2 of those and a few of them. Yeah. much does it cost? Ooh, bit pricey. I'll mix with one of them, I guess, and then how much do you cost? Considerably less. 2 of them. I'll do. But that's all the cash gone. We've spent it. I think I'm going to call off the diplomat and see if I can get a royal marriage while there's chance. Yay! And then we'll go improve relations a bit further. Still only neutral, I don't like that. Got to keep buttering them up, I think. See if we can get this over to positive. You know, that's about half an hour, and I know not much has happened yet. This has been the kick-off, but I think I'm going to stop it about there. And I'm going to call it into this one and start a new one shortly. Okay, thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please click that little thumbs up button down below, because as I said, this is my first, and if I'm going to ever get a profile doing this, if I'm ever going to get any attention, I am going to need some of those likes. So if you did enjoy it, I'd be very grateful if you'd consider doing that. If you didn't, or if you'd like to see something done slightly differently, or if you're just pulling your hair out at my stupidity for missing something blindingly obvious, you would be in good company and would be far from the first, then please leave a positive, or at least constructive, comment below. My name is Blethig, and I will hopefully see you next time. Thank you.